This episode is brought to you by the RVA Podcast Network. Find more information at rvapodcast.org.
It's a new year, so you know what that means. That means a new season. It's season 4. Intro a little revamped. Microphone a little revamped. Branding a little revamped. We're now officially the Past BT. So welcome all Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and all podcast platforms. Here you're going to get a flavor of sports, music, tech, video games. Once in a while, we'll get an Ass of the Week and a new part that's going to be coming in. It's not mentioned on the season 3, but we do what's called Pass the Message. So definitely you want to tune in and get some good content on the Pass with your host, BT. What's going on, y'all? How's everyone doing? Episode 278 of The Pass is here. I'm your host, BT. I'm doing a couple things different, so I'm going to get into all of that in a second. You're not going to get an angel number today. Not really going to, give a lot of extracurriculars behind that, but just wanted to hop on, do a show. Overdue to do a show. It's been 2 weeks, and this is the first step to teaching and educating everyone on social distancing. So normally anytime that I upload my podcast, I always have my phone set up and my environment set up with the, live feed and everything like that. That's gone. We're doing IGTV now. So you can go back and watch episodes. I'm gonna be doing them here, but I'm gonna have a little bit more of an organized format and flow. So we'll work on that over time. Just bear with me. So that's part 1. Part 2, and I think the biggest part, or actually my personal announcement that I'm going to share, is a lot of people have been looking for the podcast, or may have been trying to look for the podcast. I have pulled the podcast from Spreaker. It's about to be, in a couple of days, no longer on Spreaker. I'm now on Buzzsprout. I found Buzzsprout on a whim, and it worked for my preference and how I'm recording, since I'm doing 2 shows a month. Not much time needed for that. So it's a simple content presentation. So we have that part taken care of, and we have the actual flow of the routine being done. So I wanted to get all of those things on the table before I go too far into anything extreme. Because I want to make sure, and I'm adjusting my mic a little bit because I want to make sure y'all get the right info, the right audio. But I share all of that to say right now, and no one's really thought about it. And I guess because I personally work in the healthcare field, we should not take this coronavirus process as light as we are. However, it's hard not to, because by nature, most of us are on the go people. So it's forcing you to kind of think and retool your mind a little differently. And I'm going to talk about a few things, but I'm not going to get too long-winded with this show, only because this is kind of an improv show. Like, I had topics that I was going to get into, but as I told most people, there's no sports. So as far as NBA, NFL, XFL, Premier League, hockey, college basketball, all of it shut down right now. There were a lot of trades. So I will talk. I guess I can give y'all some trade content. A lot of events got canceled, something in the water. E3, a couple gaming events will likely be canceled, but they're kind of handling this the best way possible to avoid anyone heightening the risk of getting sick. There were a couple of marquee names in the NBA who were tested positive for the coronavirus. Kevin Durant being one of them. So when that announcement hit, that kind of caught people off guard. But with all that being said, we as people are now being forced to really look at how we properly handle our I guess you could say our cleanliness. I don't know how to put that. Where to coin it or how to put it. Sorry, I'm messing with these headphones because I want to make sure you still can hear the audio. So I think we're good. Yeah, we just gotta move different and do things a little differently. Like there's nothing wrong with being with people, but don't expand if you don't need to be around people, relax. Do things that you normally wouldn't do. I've been in my processing part of learning to get back to reading. So those of you who watch the IGTV, you will see, and I'll share it in the podcast. Obviously, I'm back reading The Secret again. I've been making that a goal to get back into reading, which I was going hardcore with reading for a minute, and then I don't know, this happened and I just stopped, and it shouldn't have been on this. It should have been on me. But nonetheless, I'm getting that ball rolling again. So, I just want to teach everyone to properly take care of themselves and put themselves first. And that's been my challenging task the last couple of months. And anyone who's been reading my personal blog will attest to that. And I've been making it a goal to improve on that. So that's kind of where I'm at with the podcast presentation right now. Like I said, normally I would have easily gotten to the library, had everything, the normal spread, did slight work and called it a day, but I'm just not trying to take any chances. And like I said, I work in the healthcare field. I'm not going to say where, for the sake of podcasting and also personal branding. But seeing cases firsthand and knowing how much of an impact they are on society, I'm definitely not taking this one lightly. So I just, I'm here to tell everyone, if you don't have to do it, don't do it. Just take a day. Even my schooling has changed as far as me now having to take classes at home. It's not an online. They're not calling it online. They're calling it virtual. And just doing the right thing that you normally would do. Like I even introduce people because I'm sharing it as a joke, but it's actually interesting. How you wash your hands. Like there are songs to teach you how to properly wash your hands. Like for instance, I think at one time it was the birthday song. It was either the birthday song or ABCs. Like you'd have to sing one of those. It was either birthday song, ABC, or Twinkle Twinkle. One of those helped you with getting in the process of learning how to wash your hand. Well, now the newest one is, because I was in an area and someone said, I didn't hear you sing the thong song. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then warning, yes, explicit content. Y'all already know how it go down. But she basically was like, you're supposed to sing the thong song as you're washing your hands. She shows me the image. I make light of it. But then when I actually see it on Google and I was like, okay, I need to share this. This is going to be my new way in my learning curve of unlearning habits. As I've shared with people and as I'm learning, it's about changing the narrative and, realigning your process a little differently, which is okay. Change is good. Change is inevitable. Most importantly, like as a creator, and I even got called out on this, and I guess setting everything up and doing what I'm doing now was just kind of hey, you're right. I need to move and do differently. So I'm going to work harder on being better with creating and also planning. And that's also the other reason I got on to do a quick show is because I really do want to get in the habit of recording and also having a routine. So just sharing this, if you have the opportunity to do something, get in the flow of doing it and don't let others stop you from what you're working on. So not a long show, nothing excessive. There will possibly be another show added. Keep that in mind. And that's kind of the best tease I can give you. So on that note, this is The Pass, and I'm your host, BT, and I'll catch y'all next time. Really appreciate all the support, all the listens, all the likes, all the effort that goes into anyone who has provided any form of content for The Pass. We're signing out now, but you definitely don't want to miss what's in store for the upcoming episode. If you are interested in getting more information or becoming a podcaster, you can check out Spreaker.com. And the microphone that you are hearing me use is the Blue Yeti X. I had been using a Yeti for a while. I went back to the Samson Meteor, but now I'm using the Blue Yeti X, which is everything. Trust me. All social medias, The Pass BT. That's THEPASS pass, as in pass the ball. BT is my initials. And finally, if you are a creator and you want to support a fellow creator, subscribe, like, and comment on the pass. Until next time, this is your host, BT, signing out.